On one side stood Pharaoh, the ocean of power, a man who dared to call himself God, and on the other, a prophet, with no army, no wealth, no throne, just a wooden staff and unshakable faith in Allah. That was the moment when the sea split apart and arrogance drowned beneath the weight of truth. The world witnessed that when faith walks forward, even the waves bow in submission. This is the story of Prophet Musa, the man who led a nation from chains of slavery to the light of freedom. One story, one lesson, one faith. Like, share, and subscribe, and join me on this journey through time.
Egypt, the land of power and pride, a civilization that reached the skies with its monuments, yet sank deep into darkness with its arrogance. Upon the throne sat Pharaoh, a ruler intoxicated by his own might. He enslaved nations, spilled innocent blood, and declared himself the Lord of all that existed. "I am your highest God," he proclaimed, and the people trembled at his words. But what Pharaoh didn't know was that the fall of tyrants always begins when they think they can never fall. Amid this sea of oppression, Allah was preparing a miracle, not in a palace, but in a humble cradle. A child was born in secret, in the very kingdom that had ordered the death of every newborn male among the Israelites. His name was Musa. His mother's heart trembled with fear as Pharaoh's soldiers stormed through the streets, seizing infants from their mother's arms. Yet, in that moment of terror, Allah inspired her heart with peace. "Feed him, and when you fear for him, place him in the river. Do not fear and do not grieve, for we will return him to you and make him among the messengers." With trembling hands and tears that burned her cheeks, she placed her baby into a small basket and let it float upon the Nile, the same river that Pharaoh called his own. But destiny was already written. The water carried the basket not away from danger, but into Pharaoh's palace itself. There, the basket stopped at the feet of the very man who had vowed to destroy him. Pharaoh's wife, Asiya, saw the child, and in that moment, mercy touched her heart. She said, "He will be a comfort to me and to you. Do not kill him. Perhaps he may benefit us, or we may adopt him as our son." Thus, by Allah's will, the child who would one day end Pharaoh's tyranny grew up under his very roof, nourished, protected, and loved, while the tyrant unknowingly raised his own downfall.
Years passed. The child who once floated helplessly on the Nile had now grown into a man, strong, wise, and compassionate. But within him still burned the memory of his people's suffering, the cries of the Israelites enslaved under Pharaoh's whips. One day, in a moment that would change destiny, Musa, alayhi salam, witnessed an Egyptian striking an Israelite slave. Out of instinct, he intervened, and with a single blow, the man fell lifeless. Fear gripped Musa's heart. Though his intentions were pure, the act made him a hunted man. Pharaoh's spies spread through the city, and a whisper reached his ear. "O Musa, the chiefs are plotting to kill you. Leave for your safety." And so, under the cover of night, Musa alayhi salam fled Egypt, leaving behind the palace that had once sheltered him. He wandered through deserts and mountains until he reached the land of Madian, where destiny brought him peace for a time. There he found shelter, work, and eventually a family. But even as the years passed, his heart remained restless, for deep within he knew he was chosen for something greater. Then one day, as he traveled through the desert, something caught his eye. A light glowing from the side of Mount Tur. It flickered like fire, yet it did not burn. Drawn to its mystery, Musa alayhi salam approached, and there, in the sacred valley of Tuwa, he heard a voice that shook the heavens and calmed the soul. "O Musa, indeed I am your Lord. Remove your sandals, for you are in the sacred valley. I have chosen you, so listen to what is revealed." The voice continued, commanding him to go back to Egypt. not as a fugitive, but as a messenger. Go to Pharaoh. Indeed, he has transgressed. Speak to him with gentle words. Perhaps he may take heed or fear." Musa trembled. He said, "My lord, I fear they will reject me, and my tongue is not fluent. Appoint for me a helper from my family, my brother Harun." Allah accepted his prayer. With the power of signs and the courage of faith, Musa and Harun alayhi salam set out toward the land they had once fled. In the grand halls of Pharaoh, the two stood before the tyrant who called himself God. The court echoed with disbelief as Musa alayhi salam spoke. "We are the messengers of the Lord of the worlds. Let the children of Israel go free." Pharaoh's laughter thundered through the chamber. "Did we not raise you among us as a child, and now you challenge me?" But Musa alayhi salam stood firm. He cast down his staff, and by Allah's command, it turned into a living serpent, mighty and real. The magicians who had come to mock him fell to their knees in awe. "We believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun," they cried. Pharaoh's pride shattered, yet his heart hardened. He screamed, "I am your highest God, I will not bow." And thus began the greatest struggle between truth and tyranny, a battle not of weapons, but of faith versus arrogance.
Pharaoh's pride grew with every sign he witnessed. Each miracle Musa alayhi salam showed was met with mockery and denial. Then Allah sent warnings, one after another. The river turned to blood, locusts darkened the sky, frogs filled the streets, and a storm of destruction swept through Egypt. Yet the hearts of Pharaoh's people remained sealed. Finally, Allah commanded Musa alayhi salam to lead his people away in the night. Under the veil of darkness, the Israelites left their chains behind and began their journey toward freedom. But soon, Pharaoh's rage ignited. With his army thundering behind, he chased them to the edge of the Red Sea. Trapped between death and despair, the people cried out in fear. Musa alayhi salam raised his staff, and by Allah's command, the sea split in two. Walls of water stood still as the believers walked through. When Pharaoh followed, the sea returned to its command, and the tyrant who called himself God was swallowed by the very water he once ruled.
When the sea closed and silence returned, a new chapter of faith began. Prophet Musa A.S. led his people into freedom, not with power but with patience and guidance. He taught them that true victory is not in strength or numbers, it is in obedience to Allah. Through every trial, from the desert's hunger to the worship of the golden calf, Musa A.S. stood firm as a leader chosen by truth. His story became a timeless reminder that arrogance always drowns, but faith always finds a way. The sea that once divided life and death still whispers one eternal lesson. When you trust Allah completely, even the impossible opens its path before you.